Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to solve SQL question which is asked in a Take Mahindra interview procedures. So first, we will go through a problem statement, understand the logic step by step, and implement an optimized solution in a MS SQL. So if you are preparing for any SQL database or data engineering interviews or looking to improve your SQL skill, this video is for you. So let's read the question. The question is write a SQL query to calculate running balance amount after each transaction. So they have given a transaction table. In a transaction table, if you see, we have four columns. One is a transaction ID, transaction date, type, and the amount. The question they have given is running balance of a account after each transaction. So if you see, for transaction 1 have amount 5,000, so running totals will be 5,000. If you see second transaction, which is deposit withdraw of 1,000 rupees. So when we do a deposit, that amount will be added into your account. When we do a withdraw, that amount is removed from your account. So we are going to remove this 1,000 rupees from running total. So we are going to like the running totals means we are adding, subtracting after every transaction depend on the type. So if it is a withdrawal, then I am subtracting it from 5,000 rupees. So I am getting 4,000 as a running total. And a third transaction is a deposit, means we are adding, so 4,000 plus 3,000 is a 7,000. And if you see a fourth transaction, it is a withdraw. But if you withdraw 7,000 from a two, if you withdraw, okay, withdrawing means we are doing a minus 2,500 from a 7,000. So we are getting a 4,500. Like this, we are calculating a running total. So we are actually doing the sum of a current and the minus. So let's solve the question. First, we will go for that. We are going to use Windows function sum to calculate the running total. So I'm going to select all the column like the TX and ID. Second column is the transaction date, TX and date. Third column we have a type, and the fourth columns I have amount. And I'm going to use the Windows functions to calculate the running total. So I'm going to do sum of amount, sum of amount, but case. I'm going to use the case statement because if the what we are doing, if the type each deposit, then we are adding amount, and if the type is a withdraw, then we are doing subtracting amount from that running calculation. So I'm going to use the case statement. If there is no any type was there, then I will directly use the sum of a amount, and I will do order by clause. But here they have given one condition that the type they have given deposit and the withdrawals. So I'm going to use case when condition when the type is equal to, I can say, copy. Let's copy. When the type is equal to deposit, then amount, I'm going to add that amount. And second case is when the type is equal to, which is the type withdraw. Second type is the withdraw. I'm going to subtract that amount. I'm going to subtract that amount. And our third condition, as you know, when we use the case condition, like the case condition when, then, and after that we will get the else condition, else I'm going to add the zero and end statement, as we can say we need to find calculate the running balance. So I'm giving as an alias name as running balance over the total from which tables we are going. Okay, okay, we are no, we have changed. If you are using the Windows function, then you have to write over clause also. So I'm going to use the over clause over and order by. See, if I'm going to do order by using a transaction ID, it will be the okay, and the transaction ID or the transaction date. But consider if you have two transaction one and the transaction two on the same date, like 1st of Jan, then for that I'm going to use first transaction date, because we are calculating the running total transaction date, and after that order date, or sorry, transaction ID. First, at the same date, if the two transaction is there, then it will order it like the transaction date and transaction date and a transaction ID. So for that I am going to use this as a order by clause in a order by clause. So let's, from which tables I'm going to calculate. What table name is from, so table name from control C transaction. So let's run the query and let's see what output we are getting. Okay, here they have given a transaction ID, txt ID. Okay, here we have missed, I think, the transaction ID. Let's run the query once again. Okay, now if you see, we are getting the running total. Like first transaction is the deposit, we are getting the 5,000. Second transaction is the withdraw, we are getting a 4,000. Third, like the 5,000, we are doing the withdrawal, we're doing the minus. In second transaction is deposit, like we are getting the 4,000 plus 3,000 is 7,000. So the transaction is the withdraw, then withdrawing amount from the 7,000, we are getting the 5,000. But also they have asked me the one question after this solving the query. If I have removed this order by clause from the query, then what output I will get, or what running balance I will get. If you know the answers, you can write down in a comment. You can write down in a comment box. Hit subscribe so you will never miss a next video. Thank you.